After posting over 400 reels and getting 0 new clients, I realized that I was doing it completely wrong. But the truth is, the problem was never the hooks, the editing or the volume. The problem was that I had built a commodity brand, a brand that was forgettable. But everything changed when I invested into my first content mentor. And since then I have invested thousands of dollars into just understanding what actually makes a personal brand convert. And I've helped multiple coaches build personal brands that attract premium clients and that actually sells. And in this video I'm going to break down exactly how you can build a personal brand that people actually can buy into. So let's get into it. So this is why you're stuck with your content right now. You're copying your competitors, you're using AI to script and come up with content ideas, and you're chasing views instead of attracting buyers. And the end result, you look exactly like everyone else, you attract the wrong audience, and you wonder why nobody buys. But here's the solution, because in this video you will learn how to reach the right people, targeting, how to stand out, how to come up with the right content ideas, understanding the content funnel to use, the content styles that are working the best, and how you can build more trust with your brand. So let's start with targeting. And the first step here is dream follower and ICP. And if you don't understand what these words means, ICP, I think I said this in the first video, the first part of this mini series about the offer, but ICP is your ideal client profile, the person who buys your offer, the perfect fit. Then dream follower is a little bit wider. Not all of them are the perfect fit, but a few of them actually are. But it's basically people that like who you are, that look up to you, your content. It's basically your followers, I would say. And there are two big mistakes that people make when it comes to this. And the first mistake is that they are only speaking to their ICP in their videos. And that is a huge mistake, because if you do that, you will end up attracting no one, because it's too niche down. You can't be too specific, because you will get 0 views on your videos. Then we have people that are speaking to everyone. That's not what you want to do as well, because then you end up attracting the wrong people. What you want to do is attract the person in the middle, between the niche down ICP and everyone. And that is your dream follower. Because with your dream follower, within that there will be people from your ICP, the people that actually buys your offer, but you have to be a little bit wider. So don't be too niche down, don't go too wide, find the middle there. And here's exactly what's going to make you different when it comes to creating content. And if you don't understand this, you will never be able to attract any buyers, and no one will ever choose you, because they will just choose your competitors. So you need to understand how to actually stand out, and that is by understanding what actually makes you different from the first place. And the first part here is your story. No one has lived the exact same story as you. Your experiences are what makes you unique. No one has been going through that, and that is what people can connect with. People buy into your story. That's what they can relate to, so you have to use that. Then we have beliefs. Use your own beliefs to stand out and handle objections, break norms, and go against the crowd. Because if you're just saying the same things in your content as everyone else, people will have no reason to choose you. Super important. So use your beliefs. Remove limiting beliefs and just go against the crowd. Then lastly, we have method. Use your unique approach to stand out. And this is the way you do things, like how you help your clients, how that process actually looks like. And in all of your videos, you should use at least one of these, because otherwise you're just building a commodity brand, you're looking like everyone else. And I did that mistake myself. I was stuck for over 3 years with my content because I didn't understand this. So always use one of these. So let's say that you're creating a head talking value video, just to give you an example here. Then don't just sit there and give value. No one gives a fuck about your value content. I'm just being completely honest. That's not what people buy into. What you want to do instead is either use your story in it to back it up, make it even stronger, and give people a reason to actually listen to you, or use your beliefs as an example. Like, go against the crowd. An example here in the fitness coaching space is that you can, for example, say going to the gym 5 times per week is the easiest way to kill your gains. That is just an example. Or running, if you are on your fat loss journey, is the worst thing you can ever do. Just some examples there. So always ask yourself before you post your next video, can someone actually copy this? Is this something someone else can say? Because if the answer is yes, it means that the video isn't the right one. You're not standing out. So ask yourself that. But here are 3 ways on how you can come up with content ideas, because it doesn't matter like if you understand how to target the right audience, or if you know how to stand out. If you don't understand how to come up with winning content ideas, it will not matter. And here are the main like 3 points that we will go over. First one is moments from your story, sales calls and DMs, and feedback form. So let's start with moments from your story. How to create content ideas from your story, as I just said. So what you want to do, the first step here, is finding struggles from your past that you have been going through. Find the pains in your story. And when it comes to creating content, you have to be super clear on your story. You should know everything about yourself, all your pains that you have been going through. An example from mine was that I posted over 400 reels and still got no clients. That is a huge pain for my story. And that's what you want to use. Use something that people actually can relate to. Identify the belief that was wrong. Ask yourself, what was the mistake? What did you do? What did you learn from it? I thought more content meant more clients. And then turn it into a lesson for your audience, because you can't just talk about something random from your story. You need to ask yourself, is this something my audience actually want to see? And create something around that, around your audience struggle as well. Super important. So why posting more won't grow your brand if your content isn't positioned correctly. And here's the exact formula. Personal experience, like I would recommend you to talk about pains or anything else, struggles. Learn lesson, what did you actually learn? And audience problem. Ask yourself, what is your target audience actually struggling with right now? And then connecting all these things, because that's how you make relatable content. So the easiest way to come up with winning content ideas is just asking yourself what you have been going through, your biggest pains from your story. And then we have sales calls and DMs, and this is something not many people are actually doing, but it's the key. And this is what the 100k 200k per month coaches are doing. Everyone, I'm telling you. And if you are doing this, you're absolutely going to crush it. Because what most people do is that they just see the sales calls or the DMs as a way to get new clients and to just get people on calls or close them. But that's not how it works, because that's where you will discover your audience real struggles, beliefs, and objections. And that's what you want to use in your content. So pay attention to the words that you use. Note the problems that they mention on the sales call. Like on the sales call, recommend you to record all of them and write down all objections, pains, struggles that every prospect has. In the DMs, do the same thing and identifying what's holding them back. Then what you want to do is turning those insights, the struggles that you're actually having, the objections, into content ideas and create content around that, because that's what your audience can relate to. If 1 or 2 people have a specific objection, it means that most people has it, or a specific pain. And that's what you want to create content around. That's where you find like one of your best content ideas. So use your sales calls and DMs as an opportunity to get more insights and to get more content ideas as well. And lastly, we have the feedback form. And this is my personal favorite here. This is super effective. I've been using this on clients and all of them have been seeing a bigger return. Everyone has been telling me that this has been a game changer. So it actually works and you should do the same. So what you want to do is using a feedback form. And when I say feedback form, that is basically a form that you have included inside your onboarding process and that you send out to all your existing clients. And what you can also do is sending it to past clients that have stopped working with you. And all the new clients should fill this out. And what you want to do in this form is asking questions such as, why did I choose you instead of someone else? Did you have any objections before you bought? What part of my content or message made you feel like I could actually help you? What was your biggest hesitation before joining? What finally pushed you to book the call, etc. So all these kind of questions to give you a better insight on why. Why did I actually choose you? What objections did they had? And then what we want to do is creating content around this. So let's say that people said something good about you. Some people said that they chose you for a specific reason. Then you want to use that in your content even more, because it means that it actually works. You always want to do more of what's already working. So if people say that, oh, they chose you because they saw a lot of your client transformation videos, then do more of them. It means that you're actually working and producing results. Then if they say that they had a specific pain, struggle, or objection, then create content around that. Handle that objection in your videos, because you don't want to go on sales calls with people that are throwing objections in your face every single second. You want to go on calls with people that trust you and have no objections. And the only way to do that is by using this feedback form to create content.
So super simple, but it's a game changer. And here is the exact content funnel you should be following. And you have probably seen this before. We have top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And if you don't understand how it works, top of funnel, here is where you attract the new people. Here's where the people get in. Then we have middle of funnel. Here's where you focus on building more trust, connecting and nurturing with your content. And lastly is bottom of funnel, which is content that is actually converting. And to give you some perspective here, I wanna give some examples. So let's say a top of funnel video. That is basically a viral video up there. A viral video that are getting more views. But it has to be the right viral video, of course, because if you go viral with the wrong one, it will just be a headache. Then we have middle of funnel. This is more belief shifting, storytelling, head talking videos. Then lastly, bottom of funnel videos, which is more client breakdown, client reviews, client testimonial videos, the content people watch before they actually buy. And you need to understand this module. So before you post your next video, like before you do that, you should always ask yourself what that specific video, what stage of this module does that video go into? Because it's going to give you some perspective, and it's going to be easier for you to understand what the type of video you actually created was. And then we have content styles here, because understanding what content styles to use, like, it's a game changer, I'm telling you. And most people out there, they're just posting randomly. They have no clue on what style that you're actually going to post. So being clear on this is super important. And here are the 4 main styles that you want to go with. So we have proof content, the first one here, and this is all clients of mine. This is my client Sam. He recorded like a client interview clip, posted that as a short form video. Proof videos is basically videos with your clients. It can be clips from client interview, testimonials, or client breakdowns. So that is basically proof videos. Videos that are making your brand stronger and that actually makes people buy. And this is like, these videos here are super effective. Every client that has been using these has been getting more clients. Then we have grab attention videos, videos that are getting more reach, new eyeballs. And this is a great example of a top of funnel video here, because they are attracting so many new eyeballs. And that is what my client Jamal did. He got over 5 million views in like 5 days on a single video that we put it together. Then we have belief shifting here. And when I say belief shifting, that is like belief shifting and value. Because in those videos, what you want to do is giving value, but also shifting the beliefs in your viewer's head. And that's what my client Jack, he did. He said, stop using travel as an excuse. And he explained why people shouldn't do that who's traveling a lot, who are on the fat loss journey. So he used value, plus he shifted beliefs in the viewer's head while doing it. Because you should never just post a pure value video. Always use story, beliefs, or method in it. Then we have pure storytelling videos here of you talking about the story, pains from it, etc. So these are the 4 content styles I recommend you to post. And here are examples of winning formats. Here are 4 winning formats that will never die out, in my opinion. First one is raw head talking videos. Videos where you're just sitting there, giving value, talking shit, shifting beliefs, talking about parts from your story. And what my client Jack did here, he did a client breakdown video, but that is a raw head talking video. They're working super well. You don't need the craziest edits. It can just be super simple, and they're getting tons of views. Then we have client interview videos where you post a clip of you interviewing a client when the client is saying something good or something belief shifting. Then value in caption. This is like videos when you have a text hook, then by the end of it, you're driving people to the caption, because that's where you have all the value with a call to action by the end of it. And that call to action should lead people to a YouTube channel or to something else. And lastly, we have reacting videos here, where you're either reacting to a client that you have helped, super great example, or to something else that has with your niche to do. But these are just the 4 main ones. There are of course so many more. You have probably seen the SGR videos, you have probably seen, like, there's so many videos, there's always something new. So it's all about finding new winning formats and doing them. But I would say these ones here will never die out. And now we have the last part here, which is how to build more trust with your brand. Because from all the clients that I've helped, this has been the main struggle, the biggest struggle that all of them has been having, which is building trust. The reason to probably why you're not converting as many people as you want is because you have a trust problem. People don't trust you. And here are 3 ways to solve that specific problem in your content. So the first step is creating more long form videos. And Google did a research on this, and they came to the conclusion that people have to spend over 8 hours watching your content before someone is actually ready to just go out and buy. And it's super hard to build up all those hours with 30-second long reels that you're posting. That's why you need the long form videos, because they are longer and it's the easiest way to nurture and build up more trust. So post more long form YouTube videos, super important. Then we have documenting your client's journey. The thing is, you can't just sit there and claim results that you have helped clients achieve. You need to show it, you have to document it. And that is exactly one of the reasons to why I am next month traveling to Ireland. Like, I live in Sweden, so it will take some time, just to meet a few clients in person, to build up real connections, real relationships, and to document it all, to record client interviews, because that's what people buy into. I was in Stockholm 2 weeks ago, recorded a video with another of my clients, and that is the mindset you should have. Stop claiming results and start proving it, documenting it. Do client interviews, meet them up in person, record coaching sessions, the weekly check-ins, behind the scenes, because it's so much more authentic. You can't fake it. And people trust it 10 times more. So don't be like scared to invest money into yourself doing these kind of things, because they are going to pay off, I'm telling you. Then third step here is just being yourself. The creators that are themselves, the ones that are the full, just really authentic, are the ones that people actually trust. Because if you look at all the top coaches or all the creators, everyone who's absolutely crushing it, they have one thing in common: they are all themselves. That's why people choose them. Because if you're faking your personality, if you're trying to act like someone else in front of the camera, like, it's going to be impossible for you to be that cult-like audience of people that just genuinely love what you do, that are buying into you and your stuff. So this was basically it. These are just the few main points on how you can build a personal brand that builds trust and that actually sells. So again, if you have questions, make sure to just DM me on Instagram. You can also find more of my stuff over there, because I'm literally documenting it all there. But hope this video was valuable.